Hello, and welcome to Virtual Investor Conferences. My name is Anthony Kraus, and on behalf of OTC Markets, we're very pleased you have joined us for our next live presentation from Realbotix Corp. Please note, you can submit questions for the presenter in the box to the left of the slides. You can also view a company's availability for one-on-one meetings through the Schedule Meetings tab found on the conference platform. At this point, I'm very pleased to welcome Andrew Kegall, Chairman and Chief Executive Officer of Realbotix Corp, which trades on the OTCQB venture market under the symbol XBOTF and on the TSXV under the symbol XBOT. Welcome back, Andrew.
For the introduction. As mentioned, I'm Andrew Kegall, the CEO of this company, Realbotix. I'll walk everybody through this presentation quickly. I think we have something really special here to talk about. To start off with, Realbotix creates realistic humanoid robots, and we combine that with companionship-based AI. To talk a little bit about what makes us different is our robots, and by the way, almost all the pictures here are of our products. These are not sort of animated things that we created, they're real. Our products are meant to look highly human. They're not meant to sort of replace physical human labor. They're really meant to be used in more social and emotional environments. So you can think about things like a conference where robots can be used to talk about a certain product. You can think about a hospital or a school, places where you need socially intelligent humanoid robots to interact with people. We have 3 product lines, and I'll walk through each one of them quickly here. The first product line is humanoid figures. We're known for creating high quality silicone figures with a very human appearance. Our customers in this area are seeking companionship, maybe entertainment, intimacy, maybe they've experienced the love of a loved one, or they just feel isolated. These products that we sell average about $9,000 in cost and historically have sold in the $3 to $4 million annually range with a 60% profit margin. Out of that area, we've started developing robots. And our robots have some very unique characteristics, which I'll talk about here briefly. All of our robots are made using the same chassis, but have modular body parts, modular panels. And what allows the buyer to do is to do quick character customization. So think about a car where you can customize the leather seats or cloth, the color, or sunroof, no sunroof. We allow for a high degree of integration through these modular parts. Our robots are also all integrated and powered by AI. So you can hook them up to various languages, various use cases. It could be medical, it could be academic, or it could be just social. Our robots also, I believe, have the most realistic lifelike facial features and expressions. We really specialize in that, and that's a rarity. Most other robots that you see out there don't have any facial expressions. We also have very realistic eyes with micro cameras for facial tracking. And again, the customizable faces as well as everything else that we use is highly customizable. In terms of our robot customers, this is a newly launched product area, although we are revenue positive there. The average robot costs between $15,000 and $200,000. And let me just discuss that. If you're just ordering the robotic bust, which is from the neck up, that's closer to $15,000. And if you were ordering one of our full-size robots customized with movements, ability to move around the room, the ability to sort of dance and shake hands that's AI enabled, that's closer to $200,000. We've also sold hundreds of our robotic busts, which means we're likely responsible for putting more robots in US households than any other company so far. Our third product is our companionship and social AI. So this is targeted for social occasions, companionship, and intimacy. We've built it on a database of over 4 million conversational turns and human interactions. It's very unique in that we can create separate personalities via our AI. So you can have one that mimics a therapist, you can have one that mimics an educator, and they can be uploaded with specific information about a product or a course load. And that's, again, very unique to us versus other companies. When you order their robots, every robot looks the same and has the same AI. With us, there's a certain degree of being able to select what you need. So this allows us to have broad applications, loneliness, which is an epidemic all over the world, social coaching, therapy, or adult entertainment. And our software AI is going to be standalone, meaning you can access it via your browser or your phone, or you can integrate it in and through a subscription service, have it work with the hardware. So the verticals that we're targeting immediately are entertainment and marketing. However, near term, we're looking again at healthcare, education. This could be robotic teachers assistants, AI-powered professors. In the healthcare space, imagine a long-term healthcare facility where you can have one of our robots go room to room, relay notes back to a doctor, and really just keep patients company. Oh, I did want to show a video here. If I can turn it back over here to the screen share, and I wanted to show one of our videos. This is one of our robots that I'm going to show. This is Hank, one of our robots that we sell and have available. But again, you can customize. But you can see the realism here in this robot. I believe we have the most realistic robots in the planet right now. So I'll pause that. I'll go back to the presentation now. So we have a lot of trade secrets and proprietary areas in terms of what we build. Our silicone skin technology is very advanced. It appears to be real. It looks real and looks real. We have that patented modular system, which is protected. And what it allows is for this quick customization. And then this revolutionary internal cameras in the eyes, which allow for facial recognition, where the robot can be programmed to identify you or a loved one and communicate as such. Some quick case studies, entertainment. Whitney Cummings commissioned us a few years ago to create a robot for her that she used on her Netflix special. That garnered a lot of views. She did an exact replica of herself. You can see in the images here how good it looked. And her technology has only improved since then. She got several million views on the Netflix special, which is still available. And she took it on several various shows, including the Joe Rogan Experience. Another case study that we have here is healthcare and military. Johns Hopkins Hospital and the US military commissioned us to create a robot with sensors in it that could be placed in combat situations to simulate what a human might go through in those situations. Obviously, you can't put a real human there, but our robot loaded with accelerometers, being very much lifelike in terms of weight and look, was able to communicate information back to them so that they could improve certain services and treatment of wounded infantry in combat zones. Last, this is a marketing case study. We built 2 life-size robots that were sent to a client in Saudi Arabia. These were built to the specifications of the client. They had a full range of movements, such as facial expressions, and they would include human actions such as waving or smiling. We worked with them to integrate their AI platform so that these robots would speak Arabic and conform to local customs. And again, they remain in use there, and everywhere they sort of are used, they tend to get sort of a good crowd. We've been featured all over in pop culture, but I wanted to talk a little bit for a second here about one of our robots by the name of Aria, and show a video here about her. So Aria is our flagship robot. I'm going to share my screen. And Aria actually has her own, just make sure I got that right. Aria has her own social media, you can see here. And we did the first live robot interview with her on Fox, the Liz Clayman show. I feel like somehow it disappeared there. So maybe I'll skip the video for now and I'll just keep talking. But I think the idea there is you can go to our website and look at this exact presentation and see the video of Aria. As well, you can have a link there to see this first national TV interview with a humanoid robot. And it was quite good and garnered a lot of attention. That was done about a month and a half ago. So again, you can see more videos at our YouTube site and other areas, but our robots really are the most realistic AI powered in the world. I don't need to go over this. I think everybody realizes how there is such mainstream adoption happening, whether it's, Tesla, Boston Dynamics, or, NVIDIA, everybody's talking about the use of humanoid robots. I saw something today by Citibank that estimated this is going to be $1 trillion opportunity over the next decade or so. In terms of the market that we're going through, just the companionship AI market, without even being part of the hardware side, is forecasted to be an $85 billion business by 2032. That's like 7 years away. The humanoid robotics market, there's various degrees. I mean, I think it's going to be $1 trillion market. We are, as a public company, perfectly positioned right in the middle of that, because we're one of the only public companies that is a pure play here on the hardware and the software for this sort of dramatic evolution that's happening in the world. Here's a comparison of our robot versus other robots. We call it the competition. Now, our robots are different, different capabilities, but I think the main part of this slide is to show you how our robot wears clothes. Our robot could be taken to various social interactions, and as such has a different use case. It has facial expressions. The other robots are really just pieces of metal that move around. They probably have better capabilities working in a warehouse or something like that, but compared to what ours can do on a social basis, we would be superior to them. Our balance sheet is quite strong. We're in the midst of an audit. We have a September year end, and so this balance sheet is a little bit outdated, but frankly, it's about the same as what we have now. We're very well capitalized through cryptocurrencies that we own, which are primarily Ethereum. That's done extremely well for us, especially over the course of the last 7-8 weeks. And what that means is we're not in any pressure. We're not looking to do a financing. We would certainly like people to buy our stock in the market, but there's no dilution forthcoming here with this company. We're capitalized well for the next 3 years without a need to go back to market or raise capital. We have an experienced board team and management team and board of directors. So maybe here I'll just finish up and then start going to questions. Why invest or consider Realbotix? Well, as I said, we're one of the few developers of AI that is built for companionship and intimacy. The reason that's important is our AI can be, again, used through our hardware, which is the robots, or it can be done as a standalone entity. And both of those have huge, areas of growth. What also makes our stuff really special, where we have patents, is the ability to sync the AI with the movements and the speaking capabilities of the robot are quite unique to us, and something that the other robotic companies don't need to do, because really it's just a metal sheet and with a speaker behind it. Our skin technology feels and looks real. This allows us to have the most realistic features with integrated machine learning of any AI-powered robots on the planet right now. As I mentioned before, these are massive markets that are out there. I mean, you're talking about humanoid robots, social and companionship AI, with the epidemic of loneliness around the world, and also just the need to use robots in more emotional and social settings as opposed to just replacing human labor, I think is a very unique place for us to be with limited competition. We're not competing with Tesla or Figure AI or some of these other companies that are out there. We're somewhat uniquely positioned in that I have not seen another company in North America that is publicly listed that does what we do. And again, the management team is experienced with over 40% ownership by insiders. And so, we're aligned with shareholders in this. The last slide here is just our shares outstanding. As was mentioned, we do trade in the US on the OTC market. We hope to graduate to the NASDAQ at some point next year. We trade in Canada as well as our primary market. We have about 200 million shares outstanding, not a lot of dilutive securities. And our corporate website is realbotix.ai, where you can get more information, including this presentation, news releases, and other pertinent information with respect to the company. So with that, I'd like to just thank everybody for attending. I see some questions popping up here. I'll turn it back to the moderator and we can get to the questions. So I'll read the first question here. It says, many of your potential applications, what are your focal areas or focus areas for the next several years? So we did have a slide on that, and our focus area right now is entertainment, media, and marketing. And the reason why is there's just a lot of low-hanging fruit there. Like, think about casinos, museums, and theme parks that would love to have, robotic greeters or concierges. Think about a hotel that has a robotic greeter. These are ways to increase foot traffic, and ways for them to sort of market or elevate their brand. Next question, are you also producing or partnering for the custom code and AI powering of your robots? We're not partnering, we're building it on our own. We do have partnerships with developers, and we're in conversations with some of the large, what I would say, like AWS type groups, in terms of partnering and getting subsidies and grants for what we're building. But this is in-house, proprietary, and belongs to us. How will the business ramp up over the next 5 years? So I talked earlier about the 3 product areas. And so the humanoid figures area is sort of progressing on its own really, really well. And we'll continue to invest in marketing and development there to grow that business. The robots area, like I said, is quite new. We've already had some sales and we're starting to get out and market. Right now, our capacity to build robots is not that high. We can probably build 15 to 20 robots a year in the absence of a very large order. What we want to get to in the next 5 years is to have a facility where we are able to scale up and produce thousands of robots a year to meet this increasing demand. We want to be the go-to name when it comes to getting a realistic humanoid robot. And in terms of our AI, which I would say is the area that's furthest behind, we want to be able to use that within our robots and hardware. But the other part we want within 5 years is we want to have the prominent, what I would call, social platform for using interactive social AI. So this could be, you access it on your phone or on your computer, but this is a boyfriend, a girlfriend, a therapist. I know there was a company that released something earlier this year, which is a pendant that goes around your neck. You buy it for like $100 or $200, and it's supposed to act like your friend. We have bigger plans than that. We plan the same way we are conversing right now. You will design your avatar, choose the personality of your avatar, what it looks like, and then be able to log in and have that friend remember your prior conversations, remember your prior interactions. It's an AI that's meant to connect with you. Other AIs that you might use are very much task-based, like, plot this on the y-axis, plot that on the y-axis. That's not how our robots work, or our AI works. It's meant really to remember you and make a deeper connection. Next, do the robots update like a phone, or you need a disk drive? It updates a little bit more like a Tesla. And so you connect them to Wi-Fi, and then the AI and the robotics parts are all sort of upgraded while the robot is connected to the internet. Let me just make sure. I don't see any other questions here. No more questions. So I think that's, I see one more. What is the strategy behind holding the crypto for working capital? So one important piece that's worth mentioning here, you'll look at our company and see that we're actually trading below our book value right now. More than half of our book value is made up of cash or cash equivalents. The reason why is that the business prior to this being Realbotix was called tokens.com, for which we're selling the domain name as well as a further asset we have. And the company decided to make a pivot into this area and rebrand in July. So this company, with the acquisition we've done here, hasn't been public very long. You might look at the history of the company and see that it goes back a few years, but that's actually a different company. There was a reverse takeover done, and this company was rolled in and rebranded, which was completed in July. So to your question, the strategy is that the prior business had a whole bunch of crypto. Rather than selling it, the decision was made to hold on to it under the view that it would be appreciating. And I think that's resulted to be true. So for example, you can see the major things that we've been holding, which is, Polkadot and Ethereum, as well as we're owed some Solana from Genesis, have all appreciated, double digits since this acquisition and rebrand was done in July. Ultimately, we will get out of holding crypto. It's a good strategy that's worked for us for now, but I think sort of when we feel that the bull market here is long in the tooth, we will convert to cash. But right now, we have the ability to convert and sell that crypto within 30 seconds. Okay, well, if there's no further questions, thank you very much, everyone. And again, please go to our website at realbotix.ai. We have a new customer robot website coming soon, which will be at realbotix.com. That should be ready within 2 weeks. And that'll allow you to actually go in and customize a robot and place orders with some new content and videos. But you can also look up our social media. We are always posting videos of our robots. You can check out the one on the Fox News, the first live robot interview. And we do lots of interviews with Aria as well. So with that, thank you very much, everyone.